Hey guys, Mike here. This is my review of the solar pack by BigBlue. So I bought this because I wanted a reliable way to charge my phone if there was ever like a hurricane or a power outage or something like that. But a lot of people will get this because they're doing some type of like outdoor adventure, right? So let's unbox this thing. 657 grams, 23.2 ounces. So it's kept closed by Velcro. This thing has 4 solar panels. This is an Ammeter. So it basically tells you how many amps you're charging with. There's ports right here. If you're charging both ports, you're getting about 4 amps total. But if you're charging with one port, you get 2.4 amps from that port. So if all the conditions are perfect, you can charge an iPhone 14 Pro in about 1.5 hours, but that's only if the conditions are perfect. And these ports right here, it might be kind of hard to see, but they have rubber protectors. So let's look at these panels. Apparently the company says that these are more efficient than some of the other panels that are out there on the market. And I think the reason is because there's less lines in the actual panels, so it creates more surface area. So they're just a little bit more efficient. And they're like slightly flexible, but I wouldn't want to like bend that too much, if you know what I mean. This thing only charges when all 4 of these panels are exposed to sunlight. So right now you can see the Ammeter, like I'm actually indoors right now, but you can see the Ammeter is like flashing right now. But if I just like block off some of the light, you can see it'll actually stop altogether. So if you're gonna be using this thing, make sure you use it in a way where like all 4 of these panels are exposed to sunlight. So a really cool feature that this thing has is something called auto restart. Let's just say you're charging this thing, and let's say like a cloud comes over and suddenly it starts like blocking one of the panels or all the panels, and your charging just stops, right? This will, I think after 30 seconds, it will try again and it will try to restart the charging process. So there's other solar panels out there on the market that don't do that. So if like a cloud comes over, it like just stops your charging, and you might not even realize that. So the auto restart feature is huge in this thing. It also has an IPX4 rating. That basically means like you can have this like out in the rain. If it like starts raining on it, it's not a huge problem, but I wouldn't use this in rain, if you know what I mean. But if there's like a little bit of rain that gets on it, I wouldn't worry about that too much. Another important thing about this is there's no battery for this thing. This is literally just like the solar panels and like the ability to charge stuff. So you could plug a phone into this and charge your phone, but I don't think that's the pro strategy. I think the pro strategy is to have an external battery, something like this that you can plug in directly to this, and then it will just charge your external battery. And the reason that's really helpful is because 1, you can just let it charge for longer, but you can also still use your phone while this is always charging. So you can basically just like drape this over your backpack or just leave it out in the sun and just put this in the shade somewhere, and it will just charge your external battery. So this package comes with a welcome guide, which is basically just a bunch of helpful tips. And it also comes with a warranty card if you want to activate that. Mine gave me 2 years. And in this pocket, it comes with 4 carabiners, so you can attach it to like a backpack or something. And it comes with a cable. Now, I've got an older model, so you're probably not gonna get the same cable, but the cable that I got was a USB-A to a micro USB, but I think they updated the product so that it's now a USB-A to a USB-C. So let's say you have, for example, an Android phone. That should be able to charge your Android phone just fine. But if you have an iPhone, then you're gonna want a cable that supports Lightning. So that would be a USB-A to Lightning if your iPhone has Lightning. So this pocket right here might be a little confusing, but the company actually says that you should keep this part of the pocket out of direct sunlight. So if you're putting a device in here to charge, there's actually at the top here, there's like a little gap for the cables to reach right into there and plug in. So the way that I would use this is I would put my device in here, I would plug it in, and then I would fold this over so that this is exposed to sunlight, but what's back here is not exposed to sunlight. Another way to do it is you could just run the cable out of here, and let's say this is propped up and catching the sun, you could put your device behind. That way it's in the shade.